T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hi, my name is Doug. I'm the president of Guardians of the Purple Heart, and we are a 501c3 approved nonprofit organization based here in southeastern Connecticut that specializes in obtaining items or services for Connecticut combat wounded veterans that aren't being met by other organizations like the VA. So what we like to think is where the VA or these other establishments have to leave off because of their corporate red tape and limitations, we can come in behind them and fulfill these needs by reaching out to the community, working with our vast network of supporters, and just coming together as a whole and supporting these Purple Heart recipients and improving their overall quality of life. A lot of people ask us how do they get involved and how do they join in on the fun with us. A lot of things you could do. Follow us on Facebook, number one, Instagram, Twitter. Go to our website at gotph.org. You can send donations, send us a message. Spread the word of what we're doing. All the Connecticut Purple Heart recipients, we are out there trying to make a difference in their lives. So please give us a hand and join in on the fun.
Bring your appetite down to Big Belly Cafe, 140 Gore Street, Webster, Mass. for curbside, takeout, and indoor seating. Visit BigBellyCafe.com to view their hours, menu, and order online. For reservations, please call ahead at 508-949-2433. Follow Big Belly Cafe on Facebook for weekly and daily specials. And remember, all veterans receive a discount for their recognition of service. Big Belly Cafe. Reedy's Archery, located in Middleborough, Mass. at 121 Wood Street, has been a staple in the area since 1993 and has become the one-stop pro shop for competitive target archers and bow hunters from New England. Reedy's is open Monday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 10 p.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure to visit Reedy'sArchery.com and follow them on Facebook to keep up with upcoming events. Reedy's Archery, dedicated to the archer. Wolf Aviation Network is the only flight school in the area utilizing the Airwolf Simulator AATD and the specialized Part 61 training program designed to save students money while increasing safety and efficiency. Creating safe pilots is our first priority. Our flight sim is the perfect training device. It is designed to prepare students adequately before taking flight in our aircraft. Fly with us and save money. Wolf Aviation. Reserve your spot at 413-563-1929 and visit wolfaviationnetwork.com.
There are times when you run into the fire, and times when it's up to you to bring it. I know, we're the ones who bring it. We're TACPs, what our enemies fear most. No matter what we face, we have the advantage.
Proceed, Charlie 5.
Because we know what's coming.
Hunter flight, clear talk.
Copy. We'll take it from here.
We bring the full power of the U.S. Air Force to the fight.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Hi, I'm Tony with Operation Vet Now. We're an organization that helps veterans get mental health help with PTSD, traumatic brain injury, and things of that nature. And we use a lot of sports-based therapies and things of that nature to help them out. Our partnership with the Amsoil Snowcross started a few years ago. They're very veteran friendly, and we knew that. And we know a lot of veterans are fans of Snowcross. We've been able to connect with more veterans through our time here at these events than we can even count. So it's been just such a great partnership with Snowcross. So the Fallen Heroes Tribute Project is something we started about 5 years ago. Something very close to us at OVN and our board members is those that never made it home. And part of our mission is to make sure that they're never forgotten. You know, they say a person dies twice. Once when their heart stops beating, and the second time when people don't say their name anymore. We want to make sure their names continue to be said, people hear their stories, see photos of them, and carry their legacies on for as long as we can. We work with a couple professional race teams. Sharing Speed Sports is just an amazing group. This is the 6th year that we work with them to honor service members that never made it home. You know, many of these service members we lost a lot of years ago, and life goes on and people get busy. But for the families, it never goes away. So that time we can spend with them, remember, we can't even put words on the experience, what it means to us to be with those families. So veterans in general, you know, we talked about our outreach, why we're here. We've got a lot of partners that help veterans with everything from mental health issues, maybe it could be a legal issue, marital problems. Just reach out to us. We'll help get you connected to the care and service available that you earned. opvetnow.org is our website. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Operation Vet Now. Drop us a DM and we're ready to help.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Fubar Studios. I'm your host, Doug. Today we've got a special guest with us, Tony. He is with OVN, Operation Veteran Now. I'm gonna hand it over to him. He's gonna introduce himself. He's gonna provide you guys with a lot of information, and it's definitely gonna be an interesting episode today. I will pass the lantern over to you, my kind sir.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for having me on and giving us an opportunity to talk a little bit about OVN or Operation Vet Now. You know, I'm a retired Air Force guy. I did 22 years active duty, and we started the organization about 6 years ago. So we just love every opportunity to talk about the great partners we have, the great volunteers, and our mission.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I know when we were talking, you know, we had a guy who, Hunter Ball, that we were going to be doing an interview with and everything. And I saw it on your guys' page. You guys have a bull rider that was just competing down I think it was, I forgot where it was now, but you can remind me. But who was the gentleman that you have down there, or the guy that's doing the bull riding with velocity?
Yeah. Boy, I forgot the name of the city it was in Massachusetts, but no, Worcester.
Worcester, yes.
Yeah, Worcester. Yeah, Brandon Ferguson is he's one of our ambassador athletes, bull rider. He's actually still in the Army National Guard in Kentucky.
Yep.
But just a great dude. Yeah, he was out there, just come back off a broken collarbone, so he was out about 12 weeks. So he's getting back into it. But yeah, he was out there for 2 days with that PBR event.
Yeah, no, and two of the guys that I know, they actually went and they covered it. The guy that they were doing the interview with, Hunter Ball, he actually ended up the first day he ended up he got injured. So they ended up meeting with some other people too, but they still covered the whole show down there in Worcester, and they all had a blast, and it's actually going to be the beginning of it's going to actually was a very absolutely amazing of how they covered a lot of the stuff, and so it's definitely was interesting and stuff like that. And I know I grew up with bull riding, not myself riding a bull or anything, but going to these shows and going to the fairs and seeing this stuff, it was absolutely amazing. So I'm going to dive into some of the questions I want to talk to you about regarding your guys' organization and stuff like that. You guys have ambassadors that cover for a lot of different events and stuff like that. Even not really events, but you guys have a bunch of ambassadors that are just in different groups, like motocross and stuff like that.
Sports.
Different
Right.
sports. There we go.
Yeah.
Can you give us like some kind of like some of the guys that you guys have?
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, we purposely try to do, we've seen a lot of sports that, or I say sports, but organizations that focus on a certain sport. Running seems to be a big thing. There's like Team Red, White, and Blue.
Yeah.
There's another group we work with, the Veteran MX Foundation on motocross. Really, they're really niche in certain sports, and it's really cool,
Yeah.
But we see so much value in sports that we decided to expand to as many sports as we can.
Yeah.
And so, like, to highlight some of those, at every level, let me say that. Like, we have amateurs, we have kind of those that are trying to get to the next level.
Yeah.
And then we have those that are competing professionally right now. That's what they do for a living. And that's kind of one of the only requirements is they must be part of an actual organized, sanctioned event sport, that type thing. But, we're proud of all of them. But some of the ones that I'll mention right off is a kid from Boston, Connor Matthews. Connor was really he is our first ever veteran ambassador athlete. And it's been almost 3 years, and we have watched him grow, and this kid's determination to be the best he can be is just unbelievable. Talk about no quit.
Yeah.
He actually is going to debut. He has his debut in the UFC March 30th in Atlantic City.
Yes.
He's been to the Dana White Contender Series twice in Vegas. He's fought locally out in Plymouth. They have a group called Cage Titans. That's a production in New England. He's part of the New England cartel now. I love that name.
Yeah.
But so, Connor's a great one. So everybody watch him there. And I'm thinking just there in Boston, Sean Lally was an Army Ranger. Sean, just what a dude. He was just on another podcast with our friends at Warriors Unmasked.
Yep.
He battled a lot of demons when he left the military, and he's overcome them.
Yeah.
He manages title boxing in Boston. Another great dude. And then we have Janelle Brown races motocross. She's up in New Hampshire. She's still in the Army Guard. She's actually a state trooper. Amazing lady. She is they have a national veterans. It's called VetMX Nationals out in Kansas every year, and it's kind of the championship of the foundation runs. And Janelle is a three-time women's champion there, so great one. We got about 40 plus other athletes I could talk about, but I was just kind of looking, up in your area.
Yeah.
Jimmy West is a Marine. Um, he's taken a break from competition, but he competes nationally in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But he just got his brown belt several months ago, and he's just kind of working through and amazing dude, man. Jimmy will tell you stories about how jitsu is such an important part of helping him with his PTSD.
Yeah.
His mental wellness. Really cool deal. So, yeah, that's kind of just up in the New England area. Those are some of our athletes up in your neck of the woods.
Now, don't you do you have you guys have someone down in Daytona right now? If I'm not mistaken, down at the motocross down there right now.
Yeah, so two of our guys, Chance Cleary's out of North Carolina, and then Jason Bennett is both Army veterans.
Yeah.
He came from Iowa, so they're going to race Sunday in what they call the Warriors class down there.
Yeah.
Really cool deal. And really Jason, just a note about him, he has really been one of the pioneers to push this Warrior class into the bigger series.
Yeah.
Dude has done some amazing thing with veterans. In Chance Cleary, this is one of them guys everybody in the world needs to meet. This kid he's just motivating to talk to. Real young.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're going to race down there Sunday.
That's absolutely going to be amazing, and I know I have a few people that I know that are actually down there. I don't know if they're competing in that because again they're not a full-time person that does that competing. They just do it periodically.
Yeah.
But for our listeners and everything, if they're a veteran, how can they get involved with OVN and potentially become a ambassador?
Yeah. So the ambassador program, the way it works is they submit a request. Like, you can go to our website, opvetnow.org, and there's a page for the ambassador athletes, and submit it. And then we basically set up a Zoom interview. We go through like what the program's about. They fill out a questionnaire, and we go from there. We a lot more of our focus is our ambassadors, like their mission is to get other veterans involved in the sport.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of that. So we encourage, veterans to say, hey, you don't have to come to us to be an ambassador. You know what I mean? That's a program. We want them to come to us to say, hey, how do I get involved in my area? I'm in New York or Boston, and I like dirt bikes. Or even if you've never done it and you want to try to get exposed to it, we try to help get you in with a group of veterans because the camaraderie, all of that there is just great. But anyways, back to the ambassador itself.
Yeah.
We're looking for people, veterans that have, they're well positioned in their sport or series. Could be a local series. I think about our guy Matt that's out in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Matt is he's got I think it's like District 52. They've all got their names. I probably had that wrong. He's well known in that circuit. He competes, but he's able to have a lot of influence, and a lot of people see him, what he's doing, and so we try to tie them together and say, hey, yeah, Matt can introduce you to this or that. But that's it, a passion to really help the veterans get involved, and you're available if we have a veteran in that area. So really, through the website, DM us through Instagram, social. We get a lot. That's where a lot of our communications come through is Instagram. Some Facebook, but our athletes, I would say 50% of them don't even have Facebook accounts. It's Instagram is really like kind of the platform of choice for them.
Yeah, that's what I think a lot of people have moved towards was to Instagram. A lot of people have moved away from Facebook.
Right.
Just like it used to be Twitter as well.
Right.
So there's, I know a lot more people have moved into the Instagram world, and that's what it's about.
Right.
So that's absolutely amazing, and I'm gonna have links in the bottom here, pinning it up, so any of the viewers that are veterans and stuff like that that want to get involved and want to take a look at it, the down below it's gonna have that pinned up. So how has your military experience influenced your approach to leadership and teamwork in both your professional and personal life?
Yeah, a lot. That's about a generic answer, isn't it?
It really, it's like
Yeah.
it's like one of
So,
the generic, yeah,
I was one of them guys that, didn't zero direction in high school. I played baseball. I love baseball. I played some other sports, but baseball was my thing. And
yeah,
uh, horrible grades. That's always been a running joke. I graduated because they wanted to make sure I didn't come back. But joined the military right out of high school, and
yeah,
didn't do it for a real reason other than a job and a way to get out of town.
yeah,
And it played such an important role in developing, what I work towards now.
yeah,
The leadership training. Many veterans, and we all deal with this when we get out, the average civilian company doesn't understand that responsibility level that's laid on the average, soldier, sailor, airman, marine, coastie, at all.
yeah,
And it really is. It's kind of unfathomable, but that ability to translate that outside the military and use it towards something positive or good
yeah,
was probably a big challenge.
yeah,
But OVN helped me channel that into something productive. I tried to give, 110% to a civilian company and say I was dedicated to them. And people looked at me like I was like cross-eyed when I talked about the mission of the organization.
yeah,
And it's funny because the company had a mission statement, but it was completely irrelevant other than a profit focus for the workers.
yeah,
And in my focus, the profit was important. That's what
yeah,
grew the company. But why do we do this? I kept looking for that constancy of purpose in what I was doing, and I couldn't find it. But that's where, when some of us that put OVN together, that's what we found. So we were able to translate that to help our fellow veterans. Something I wish I would have done many years right after I retired, but I didn't.
yeah,
But yeah, the leadership, the organization, the project manage, the planning, the execution, the core of all I accredit to the military,
yeah,
because it gave me and some amazing leaders that I worked for. I had some knuckleheads I worked for, but I had a
yeah,
few leaders that they mean everything to me. Our chairman was somebody I worked for in the military.
yeah,
I consider him a great friend, but he was a great leader, great mentor, and very supportive of his troops.
yeah,
But at the same time, kept you in line. You know
yeah,
what I mean? It was it's such an important balance that hopefully I've learned from them. Another guy, he's a retired. I think he retired as a colonel, Chris Bendel. I was with him in New Mexico. Amazing, one of the best officers I ever met in the military. Just an amazing guy. So yeah, I mean that's kind of what I attribute to a lot of our organization, our leadership, our teamwork. Is the core of that. And the board is all veterans.
yeah,
Almost all. Probably about 70% of us are retired military. The others, we have some younger ones to kind of keep us old guys thinking real.
yeah,
And then, my sister's a big supporter. She's on our board. She wasn't military, but obviously, she saw it through, her brother's eyes. So,
yeah. But I mean, still, it's it opens up others' eyes that they see it, and then they want to get involved with it and help as well, just as much as a lot of military veterans want to.
right.
You know, can you share any? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, just something I wanted to mention touch on what you just said.
Yeah.
Is one of the most incredible things that I've seen since we started this organization is the amount of people that want to help veterans
Yeah.
that don't know any veterans for the most part, other than a casual, no family maybe, maybe grandpa was in World War One or great grandpa, but they don't know how, or they think the veterans organizations only wants other veterans as volunteers.
Yeah.
We have some of the most amazing people that help us that have no veteran affiliation from, as far as relationships or immediate friends, that they just have a heart to help their veterans. They just didn't know how. They didn't have that avenue. So I'll
Yeah.
say, from what you said, I encourage every organization, get into your community and get them involved.
Absolutely.
It's almost, we would almost rather, well, I don't want to say to exclude anybody. We want all the veterans of the world to come out and work with us and help, but we would almost rather have those people that are like that, because that gets our community educated and involved.
Yeah.
Because we need them to help the veterans. We need that community connection. So
absolutely, and that's that goes without saying, because I've known, both, military veterans as well as civilians that have really dove into these stuff and have cared to help taking care of other veterans,
Right.
just much as veterans wanted to take care of our own. It's totally out there, and I know there's a lot of organizations, for instance, Homeland Heroes Foundation, Julie Weymouth, who is an absolutely stand-up individual. She has a heart of gold. She just wants to be able to help.
yeah,
She has a bunch of people that help and support her, and support the veterans that are locally. They're trying to grow their organization bigger and bigger, just so they can help out even more.
Right.
Even down to the Rolling Thunder, Boston
Yeah.
Wounded Vet Run. All these groups all have stuff in common, and that's both military veterans as well as civilians that want to help one another.
Yeah.
Swim with a Mission, again, another one. It's those organizations that want to. They invite anybody and everybody to help, because their end game of everything is to help veterans, no matter what. And I know that's like, even with what I'm doing is help. I again, I'm like everybody else. I'm trying to build bridge that gap between the organizations, so that we all sit there, because as we all help one another, again, if one veteran organization isn't able to help because of some reason, maybe if their hands are tied because it's grant funded or something, and then there's an organizations that are doing fundraising and are able to help in another way, or it might be something that's to do with, say, furniture or clothing.
Yeah.
And one organization may not have that those tools at their disposal, but another organization does. So then you guide the veterans and able to pass
Right.
the baton on to them. So that's what's absolutely amazing with a lot of these organizations that are out there. Yes, there's a lot of there are some organizations, which I don't mention any names or anything, but they're not there to help. They're only there to fill their own pockets, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that happens. It's in today's world, it's that unfortunately stuff that does happen. Just like everybody, when you guys get those phone calls of, oh, we're the IRS, we're here, you were going to put a warrant for your arrest. It's some of, I get those phone calls myself, and it's absolutely absurd. But it's a scammer. But that's like a total different subject. But but it's sometimes that's where where we come in as organizations, and we're able to bridge that gap between each one of the organizations to help.
Right.
and it doesn't matter, where it goes or where it leads. We're able to get that veteran, or that veteran and their family squared away, because that's what our whole thing in the military is to help one another out to get each other squared away, so we're going down the right paths.
Yeah, and I'll say this about, mention about what OVN is all about. We have a core skill set of post, other than spending, we it was a joke. We added up our years of military service just of our board, and it's close to 250 years of active duty service amongst 12 of us. And so we like to say, we have a very dynamic group. We have a couple chiefs that spent a lot of years in recruiting.
Yeah.
We have another chief, for those of you that aren't Air Force, E9s, that was a special operator.
Yeah.
Probably 15 plus deployments, Purple Hearts, Bronze Stars. He's seen that tier 1 side of life for many years.
Yeah.
And another guy, same thing, that played a big role in that world. So we have a dynamic group. But what we learned and how we operate is exactly what you said. There's so many great organizations, great people, small. We have gone into communities, these little niche organizations that basically they're locked and loaded saying, give me a veteran to help. We're ready.
Yeah.
And I've seen that help. And that to me is the type of help we need more of, that people are locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Turn the key. We need help now, because crisis happens fast. Not, well, let's get you through intake and let's get you this process. And I understand there's a lot of things that need to take place. Validation, like you said.
Yeah.
There's scammers out there. The shame of it is, and we have to protect ourselves. But for OVN, that is our whole focus, is to bring the veteran organization, support organization together.
Yeah.
Through activation, which is live sporting events, entertainment, fun events. We are the physical side of what you're doing.
Yeah.
You guys and girls that do podcasts out there are such a valuable tool, because you can reach many at the push of a button.
Yeah.
While you're riding down the road in your car, or you're at work and you flip it on. I listen to a lot of podcasts while I'm doing my work or whatever.
Yeah.
So we love that, and we just, our focus is doing that live. Let's get out. We talked about our ambassadors.
Yep.
They are out every given day, weekend especially. They are out somewhere trying to raise awareness that OVN is here, and we have a connection to so many partners across the country that are ready and willing to help. Our friends at Vets for Warrior, a 24/7 call center answered by veterans. That's an important thing. Just this weekend, we're in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Devin Denman, still in Army Reserves, racing snowcross. And it's incredible because they're racing snowmobiles in 60 degrees. It's crazy weather. We have one of our newest ambassadors is a captain in the Marine Corps. Riley is a USA Olympic bobsledder, and she's in Germany competing today, representing our country, much less a veterans organization. But this is where we see, here's a captain, a world-class athlete, saying, it's important to me to make sure our veterans know there's avenues to get help, people in uniform, and to honor those that we lost, and to make sure that's important. And just like that, Liz Carmouche, the women's world MMA flyweight champion, and Marine combat veteran, but she says it's important enough to use my platform to help get them there, and that's what we're all about. So I just kind of wanted to say that, to add to what you were saying is,
oh yeah, absolutely.
We love to promote good organizations and raise you up, and if you're little, we want to get you into bigger events you could never get in before. So
and on your guys' website, because it also it shows where you can see the different athletes that do in different sporting events.
Yeah.
And so if someone wanted to, again, just to see who those athletes are, they can always go onto your page and they can click on it and see who those individuals are. You guys have Facebook, Instagram. Do you guys? I don't know if I've seen like TikTok or anything like that.
Yeah, we just started in TikTok a little bit, and we actually have somebody volunteering to try to help us get that rolling because I started the social media platform, and I was very comfortable with Instagram and Facebook. I'm like a fish out of water in TikTok. I'm just like, so we're kind of working with somebody that are better, they're experts more in that area.
Yeah.
So we hope that we're there, but our
Yeah.
presence is just it's almost none right now.
Yeah, and people can tell your guys if they're out and about and they are seeing, at different sporting events, they can tell the ambassadors on who those individuals are, which is just by the patch that they have on. On their outfits. Could be like bull riding, it's going to be on their vest. And stuff like that. It's just going to be that. It's the triangle with the guy salute, with the soldiers saluting and all that.
There,
So anybody's out and about, you guys see that, if you see that emblem, and I'll have it again. I'll have it in the comments down below. Is that you'll be able to see that, and are they able, if the viewers are out and about, are they able to? I know again, like my kids, when we're out and about, and they see certain people, they might go up and say, "Hey, I saw you before. I saw you on so and so, like Instagram or whatnot." Are they able to go up to them occasionally and get autographs from them, or?
Yes.
Or are they some of them are just they have not bodyguard, but they're behind where they can't get to that.
Yeah, and you know how it is in sports. The higher level they compete at, the more challenging
it is.
Just by virtue of the venue they're at. So Liz, when she's at a fight, we'll coordinate it, with people want to meet or whatever, and she's all about that. But, when you're and same with Connor, when you're in the UFC, when you're in Bellator, I think she's in a professional fighting league she's getting into now. They control the atmosphere. Our athletes are kind of at their mercy. When Chris Walsh is racing, So, but by and large, yes, and they love that, especially veterans that want to connect with them. You mentioned the logo.
Yeah.
That spurs the most questions to our athletes. So we try, we're very we won't fool anybody. We're a very small organization of all volunteers. We're not a business machine and all this stuff. We try to operate it at the very lowest cost, but support our veteran athletes and run our outreach events. But, I lost my train of thought a little bit, but we try to make sure that every time a veteran or a family, a Gold Star family wants to meet somebody, we will make that happen for sure, especially the Gold Star families. I'll give you an example. There's a video on our website with Rob Mao. Rob was a Navy strike officer, but he raced his cars professionally.
Yeah.
He has a full-time job, but he raced a whole series last year, and he was at Sebring International Raceway.
Okay.
And we were able to bring the family, Gold Star mom of a Sergeant Mathis. He was killed in Iraq.
Yeah.
And he grew up right outside the raceway, and it was a really cool connection. Family was big race fans. So we got him out, and we were able to coordinate with the series, and Mom got to wave the green flag for the race.
Nice.
But we have a little quick highlight video, and thanks to the SRO series for helping us put that video together, and Rob.
Yeah.
But that's our athletes. They want that to happen. So if anybody wants to meet them, just let us know, and we'll make that happen.
That's absolutely amazing. And, the viewers, if you're watching it and you see it, I know I have one who is a Gold Star mother. She's actually here in Boston. She's actually in Boston. Her name is Jacqueline. I think she goes by Jackie quite a bit. She lost her son, who had a TBI and stuff, and it was sad. But she even I had her at an event that I was hosting, which is Track Day for Veterans, and she got to meet the drivers that take part of that Track Day for Veterans, and got to hang out with the pit crew and stuff like that. I had another veteran go, and he was the grand marshal of the race.
Nice.
And he got to wave the green flag, as well as tell the race car drivers to start their engines, which
cool.
he was very thrilled with it, and so on. There's so many other Nick. Well, that was Steve, and then Nick. Same thing. He got to even push the race car up to get weighed in and sit in the car and stuff like that. So, it's great. Great things like that.
And man, keep doing that stuff, because, half of our mission, a large part of our mission, is to honor those that we've lost.
Yeah.
And you and I understand that a lot. We lose guys and girls killed in action.
Yeah.
And they're American heroes. They laid it all on the line for the country. And the news stories you see, to honor them, recognize them, but people don't realize how many of our fellow service members the war gets after we're home.
Yeah.
And the invisible injuries, that we hear people talk about. And that's why we do stuff, this part of the mission, at live events.
Yeah.
It is so important to us. All of us on the board have lost a teammate or a troop that worked for us, or somebody we were close to or know, a Gold Star family.
Yeah.
And, we talk about it all the time. You die twice, when your heart stops beating. And the second time is when people stop saying your name. And these people are beyond deserving to never be forgotten.
Yeah.
And what you did at that track with that bomb, with those guys, remembering him, that's keeping that legacy alive. And that should be a mission of gold for every veterans organization out there. I don't care how you help veterans. If you are not looking at your opportunity to honor those that gave it all, you're just missing it. I'm not saying you're wrong or you should have done this or that, but you're missing an opportunity to tell that story, to show that photo, to say that name.
Yeah.
And you saw firsthand, our Gold Star families, they live every day with that loss.
They do.
And it's so important. We as veterans, we lost these teammates. I say it's on us to make sure they are never forgotten, because we understand what it takes to wear that uniform. Some did a lot more, some did a lot less, but at the end of the day, you raise your right hand, you went through basic training.
Yep.
At least you volunteered. So I get a little bit of emotional on that one there, but that is a lot of the passion behind our organization. I can't even begin to explain how important that is to us on how we do that. So
no, absolutely, and again, it's so true. Is those families that have lost a loved one, that served this country, just saying their name, it means a lot to them. I've got a guy, Doug Vinn. He lost a brother, lost a friend, lost it all in one. And the gentleman's name was Pat Dunn. He passed away in the Pentagon on September 11th. He was a veteran. He worked as a civil. I believe it was a civilian DoD individual in the Pentagon at that point. But he was also a veteran. Doug Vinn is also a veteran in the military, also a retired firefighter.
Wow.
And it was absolutely, it's absolutely honoring his friend Pat Dunn. He has on the back of his race car, the whole thing it says in memory of Pat Dunn. Pentagon, September 11th, 2001, and he honors his brother, his friend, on the back of his car. So as he's going around the track, he's with him, and he honors him that way. And it's absolutely amazing that he does that. So again, even with Jackie and her son, she honors him, and I follow her on Facebook constantly, and it's knowing that everybody else says their name. It's absolutely amazing, and they just light up with it. Because again, us veterans that do lose someone, and you hit it on the head of it. It's with those hidden scars and stuff, and those demons that they're battling day in, day out. They're pretty much they're fighting that, and they're looking at Satan and telling him, not today. I just screwed up your day. I'm here again. I'm still here, and I'm still fighting. And it's absolutely amazing. And all we can do as organizations is to help those veterans and stuff to understand that they're not alone. We're here for them. We're going to be here no matter what. We've got their six, and we'll keep helping until they're good to go. And even when they're good to go, we'll still be right there and following them and helping them in any other way that we could. And so again, Tony, I really appreciate you taking the time, jumping on and doing this episode, talking about Operation Vet Now. And again, everything will be down here in the links for you guys. If you guys want to get involved, of a veteran that that wants to become an ambassador or looking at becoming an ambassador, definitely feel free to reach out to them. All their information. And again, Doug, if you can just sorry, Doug, calling you Doug now. Tony, if you can just tell them, tell the viewers, exactly where they can find you guys at, and it would be great. Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking for one of our Fallen Heroes cards. I was going to show you as part of what a lot of people carry. But yeah, they can find us OpVet Now, just short for operationvetnow.org is our website. As you mentioned with our athletes, we try to update their schedule on that page. So if you're looking, saying, hey, where there's an ambassador athlete competing, there's a calendar on the page. Also, they're there. And then Facebook and Instagram, it's just Operation Vet Now. So just if you search that on both those platforms, we're there. And like I said, TikTok, don't look at us yet. So
absolutely. I know I've seen that you guys have a race card night over at the in Pennsylvania. That's on May 18th. Gates open, I believe, at 4. Again, racing, I know too well. But that's absolutely one of the things you guys have. And then what you guys have down in Daytona is that, I believe that's Richard Grover. Is that Richard Grover, or is he at somewhere else? He's in. You know what? I'm looking at. He races in Iowa. That's the other one I was looking at.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what it is. I follow it and I look at it constantly. Because I get everybody that I follow and I look at, I see. It's like I make sure that it's like instant. It's like one of the first ones, and it's absolutely. It's just again, it's something that I do. It's how I do it. But they can definitely find the schedules, and you guys keep those updated. Best you guys can going. And again, Tony, I really appreciate you taking the time and coming on. And we'll definitely have to hook up some time and definitely talk some more.
Yeah. Hey, anybody in the San Antonio area, April 6th, we're going to have the second annual Fallen Heroes Ride and Veterans Appreciation event. Got some cool things planned. Have an all-combat veteran rock band there, Task Force Rock, talking about music therapy, the healing power of music, and they're a great band. So if you happen to be in the area, stop in and see us at Green Harley Davidson.
You hear that, you guys? First right out of the horse's mouth, right here. All right, thank you. I really appreciate it again, Tony. And I'm gonna have Beavis and Butthead take it over from here and let us know how they think about this episode.
Shut up! Shut up!
Yeah. Shut up!
You suck!
Stop, in the name of all that which does not suck.
Thanks for watching Fubar Studios Veteran Reinforcement. Please make sure to check out the Fubar Studios on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and visit the website at fubarstudio.com. Fubar Studios is a Sinista1 Production.